Offensive line, just seeing playing through injuries, Graham stepping in at left tackle for a snap. Can you speak to the O-line that you play behind just week after week, the versatility, the strength that you?
They're so dang tough, first of all, and their resiliency and that whole thing. But, yeah, obviously they're so talented, and I'm lucky to be behind them. I don't take it for granted. You look around the league, a lot of guys taking a lot of hits, and I don't happen to be one of those guys. So it's a fortunate thing to be in, and I've got a good group in front of me.
Did you know about that rule that had to move Graham over?
Yeah, well, because Skipper had reported, so he can't come back in the next play. Yeah.
Thanksgiving, the question that keeps getting asked, Dan was asked about it, just the losing streak on the holiday. You haven't been here for all of it, but you guys have just created so much new history for this organization. How much is that a part of going into this game, trying to start a new streak for this group?
It's a big part of it. I think you find your edge every week on reasons, that you need the W, other than just needing a W. But, yeah, that's certainly one of them for us, is that we haven't won on Thanksgiving. I know since I've been here, I don't know how much further before that, but that's a big thing. We play on Thanksgiving every year. Our fans come every year, and we want to get a W for them.
Jared, how's it different on a short week preparing for a division team, a team that you know, versus maybe a team that you don't know quite as well?
Sure, yeah, it can be. I would say if we were playing them for the second time this year, it can help. It's the first time, so there's some new things. You're still getting the first time of watching all their tape. So I don't know if being in division helps much. I guess we know their personnel pretty good. They do some of the similar stuff from last year, but there are some differences, too, that we got to be aware of.
Jared's got after you guys pretty good last year. Does that change at all the way you guys prepare for them this time?
I don't think it changed the way we prepare, but you're aware of it. They got the better of us twice, really, and we were able to come back and win the one at home. But they played well against us, and that's a good group, and we got to be ready to go.
Going back to Thanksgiving, Dan was saying it affects his mood. He is a bear a little bit when they lose. Like for you, you seem pretty even keeled. Like, does it affect your Thanksgiving mood, like the wins or the losses, or how's the holidays been for you the last few years?
Yeah, it sucks when we lose. Certainly affects my mood, and I don't like being grumpy around family. No one does, but you want to get this W. You want to win this game and be able to enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner with your family, and it'll be my first time experiencing that here, and I want to do that.
What have you learned about how much this game means to this city and this state?
Yeah, a ton. I think just the fact that it's still sold out and so loud on Thanksgiving, and have been playing on Thanksgiving for however long it is now. It's a special game to be a part of, and I'm glad to be a part of this tradition. What's up? I was like, who's up on me right now?
Another one.
What's up? Oh, we got two.
I asked you after the game a couple weeks ago, Sonic and Knuckles are their nicknames, and I said, what's yours? Have you figured one out yet?
I haven't. What do you think?
You guys have one for him?
I'm not here.
Oh, you're not here? Jameer, do you have a nickname for your quarterback?
Serious injuries. What, if anything, you're doing different to prepare for Thanksgiving?
Me?
The injuries, yeah. Where's the team?
Nothing really. Just getting ready to go. Yeah, short week's tough. Are these guys talking next? Is that why they're waiting for me? Short week's tough, and yeah, we're ready to go.
If
it's fourth down and one,
Yep.
Should you hand it to Jameer or David Montgomery?
QB sneak usually is best,
What's your favorite thing about David and your favorite thing about Jameer?
Oh, man. My favorite thing about David, gosh. I think my favorite thing seriously about David is how serious he takes pass protection and how much he wants to protect me. And then how funny he is. That's like one of my other favorite things about him. My favorite thing about Jameer, I think how much fun he's having when he's playing. Like that, it brings out the joy in me, the kid in me, and he's my son,
Kind of serious, right? You guys are about to hit sort of December football here. I mean, this is really like the home stretch. Just how pleased are you with where this team is?
Oh, they're going all right.
Where this offense is sort of heading into the end of the regular season.
Where our offense is, you're asking?
Yeah. Just how pleased are you with what you've done and kind of where you're at, kind of heading into the home stretch here?
Yeah, we've done some good things. We're at that three-quarter part of the season, and got to finish it off now. We've got a pretty good stretch ahead of us of defenses and teams and division teams, and it starts this week. Chicago's a great defense in division. They're going to be having their hair on fire trying to beat us again this year, and we got to stop that.
How are you doing the challenge with the secondary?
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. They're good on all levels, but yeah, certainly the secondary can make some plays in the back end, and I'm certainly aware of it.
Hey Jared, a couple more guys on Gibbs. Just in all seriousness, how have you seen him elevate his game this season? It seems like every week he does something that's uniquely impressive to him. Just what about his game stands out from this year, maybe compared to last year?
Yeah, he's got a full understanding of the game now. I think last year he was, relying a lot on athleticism and obviously his speed and just who he is as a physical player. I think now he's becoming a student of the game in a lot of ways and learning pass pro and learning, what coverages is he looking at on certain routes and how we're trying to block certain runs, which lane he should hit. And he's gotten a ton better, obviously. The year 1 to year 2 jump is usually the biggest, and you've seen it with him.
County prosecutor decided not to file charges against you in that gun incident. What was your initial reaction when you found out?
No, I'm really not trying to talk about it. I'm just blessed to be out of that situation and move forward. I'm focused on playing the Bears on Thursday.
There had to be some relief, at least on your part, that it didn't turn into something bigger, right?
Yeah.
We talked to Dan about this earlier and just asking, I asked him, do you appreciate kind of like how serious this incident was and that, players don't always get second chances in the NFL. Do you understand kind of like, that you've gotten a second chance and how important it is to you to not find yourself in those situations?
Yeah, I understand the situation fully, but that's not what's on my mind right now. I'm kind of past it, I got the news, the good news. I'm just focused on playing ball again, getting back on the field.
How much does this Thanksgiving game mean to you? I mean, it's obviously a big thing. Football world's watching. 12:30 slate, important tradition here in Michigan and Detroit.
Yeah, it means a lot. We haven't won one yet. I've been in 3 years. I didn't get the chance to play in the first one, but last year we lost, I think, to Green Bay. So we focus on going out there and getting a win for the city. Bringing back old times. Getting a win on Thanksgiving for the city.
Can you speak about this groove that you've been in since you came back, man? It seemed like you came back with a different level that you've been coming at. Career high, 124 the game before, last game. Let's talk about this groove you've been in the last 3 games, man.
I just look at it as making a play with my number cards, you only get a certain amount of chances because there's only one ball on the field. But, I just make the most of all my opportunities, as far as the routes I get and the catches I get. Even in the run game, we got to block for the running backs because, they block for us in the pass game. So, I just make the most out of my opportunities and, I just playing football.
Growing up in St. Louis, I know you watch the Rams a lot too. Greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
To have the leave your mark on history like that a little bit, does this offense kind of remind you of watching them a little bit?
Yeah, because they had, I would say so, they had a lot of weapons, growing up. I used to go to a lot of Rams games, my coach, Little League coach, we used to be on sideline passes, meet the players, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. It was big growing up, having the Rams in the city. I think they left around 13 or 14. We was mad, but, it was something big for the city, and it's kind of like something that we're doing for the city now, a lot of explosive players on the field, just how they had it, a real great offense, complimentary defense, so I think it's good. I think it's real good.
The whole world knows about your speed, but you've made some really physical plays. You just talked about blocking, the catch that you had, getting sandwiched in between different people. How much have you prided yourselves on adding that to your game, the physical part?
I think it all is just a part of the game, with me being fast, I think that's what people, single out. I'm a football player, I'm a ball player. I can do a lot of things on the field, but, my speed just it's eye-catching, so I think that take away the other things I can do on the field, and when it happens, I think people are just surprised, but like I said, I'm a ball player. I'm able to make those type of plays, and I'm able to make a lot of type of plays. Just me playing ball and knowing how the game go, and being fundamentally sound with the game.
Thursday games are nothing new for the NFL, but to play on a Thursday game that early in the day, what challenges does that present throughout a week whenever you just played on Sunday and now have to go out of the game?
I guess you gotta just wake up early, be ready. The game at 12, actually usually games are at 1. So you just gotta be ready when the game comes. Don't let the game don't wake up while you're in the game. You gotta be ready when the game starts.
Would you have breakfast then?
You said what?
So what you have for breakfast then to wake up?
I don't even really eat breakfast. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even usually eat breakfast. If I do, usually before the game, I'll just go home and probably make me some noodles or something. Hold me out till later in the day. But it's Thanksgiving, so hopefully my mama come down and cook, and I just go over there and chill, and then eat some of that, and then go to the game or something.
St, just how are you feeling coming off the knee injury from the game? And, do you expect to be ready to play on Thursday?
Yeah, I feel good. We got a day left to go, but short week. But I feel good.
How different is the approach going into a game? Because Thursday night games are used to an NFL schedule. And when you play that early on a Thursday after you just played on Sunday, what is the challenge of getting ready in that such short amount of time?
Yeah, I think the hardest part, obviously, is trying to get your body back ready to play in, 4 days. So that's always a challenging part. And then the other thing is just getting the game plan in and getting all the plays in. Usually, like you said, you have more days to get ready for a game and study the game plan, but you got 3 days to really, get all, brace down, third down, red zone, 2-minute, last plays, everything in. And so that's probably, one of the harder parts, just mentally getting all the plays.
Can you put into perspective the toll that your body does take, and especially the quick turnaround?
Yeah, I think, on Sundays depending, really, each game is different, but you go through, a bunch of hits, different angles. Your body's sore usually after games, and so to come back on a short turnaround is always tough, but I think every team in the NFL has at least one of these games where you gotta, you got 4 days to get ready for a game, and so it's kind of nice because you get 3 days on the back end where, we really don't get that this week, but we'll get it next week. But, we knew this was gonna come, and we play out every Thanksgiving, so we got to be ready, but I think we'll be fine.
I know you grew up playing on Thanksgiving as a kid in California, but how much have you grown to appreciate the NFL tradition and what this means in Detroit?
Yeah, it's awesome. I know it's been a tradition here forever, and so, I'm used to it now playing on Thanksgiving. It's awesome. I feel like I can't imagine not playing on Thanksgiving because the favorite part, obviously, is the game on Thanksgiving for me, and then after getting to spend time with family. And so if we didn't have a game on Thanksgiving, we'd be in regular work mode week, which kind of, I feel like it would be way different for me. So I'm super thankful that we get to play on Thanksgiving, get to have family around, spending with them after the game. But yeah, it's an amazing tradition.
Can you give us some scout of your punt returns and just give you added appreciation for Khalif being that he's a returner now?
Of course. I've always had the most respect for Khalif Raymond. And when he went down, it was, if he's laying down on the ground for more than 5 seconds, it's probably something, not serious, but he's probably hurting really bad, and I knew that right when he was laying on the ground. So I'm just glad, stuff came back pretty positive for him. I'm excited for him. I know he'll be back and ready to go for us, but that punt return is no joke. It really isn't. Whether it's catching the ball, making the right decision, trying to make guys miss. Everyone's, 11 guys trying to get you. So it's a lot of respect for all those guys. I've had that, though. I've known that for the whole time.
The magnitude of this game, fair weather fans watch it. It's just a tradition across America to have football on. What's it like for you knowing on this day you look up in the crowd and there's so many 14 jerseys in the stands?
It's awesome. It's awesome to see. Like I tell everyone, I feel like we have the best fans in the world in the game of football. The support that they've shown us throughout, my time here, before I got here, they've never wavered. They've been there, with us the whole time. And to see them finally be so happy and cheerful for us, the success that we're having, I'm so glad. I'm so happy for them, honestly. Sometimes I told Tim, I wonder what it's like to be a fan of the Lions for so long, and now that they're winning, it's probably an amazing feeling. So I'm glad we're able to give that to them. They deserve it. But like I said, we got to keep it going.
You guys are on a great winning streak right now, but on Thanksgiving Day for this franchise, it's been the exact opposite since 2016. Do you guys talk about that at all, wanting to go out and get one for the fans to finally snap that skid?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we really talk about it. It's kind of a known thing. Just like last year, it was kind of known that we hadn't made the playoffs in so long. So, we know we haven't won on Thanksgiving in a while. We want to win. But for us, it's just another game. Like it's been this whole year. It's, 1 week at a time. That's the biggest thing. This week is a little shorter week, but, it's a big game for us. Bears are a good team. They got a good defense, so we got to be ready. But, yeah, we definitely want to win on Thanksgiving, just like, any other week.
So if you return punts going forward, how do you have to balance protecting yourself with also trying to make, obviously your role is to be a receiver on this team, so how do you balance those two things if that is your job going forward?
Yeah, just make the right play, whether, it's a fair catch, whether it's not. I'm never going to play scary out there on the field. That's just not in me. It never has been. So, if I decide to return it, I'm returning it. If I decide to fair catch it, I'll fair catch it. But like we got guys in our on our special teams that block really well. Phip does a great job of coaching them up. So, like I said, if I'm a returner, I'm a returner. We got to return up. That's what it is. And if the gunner, whoever is close to me, then I'll fair catch it. But each situation is different. If you're up in the game, down in the game, so it really just depends.
Have you thought about what it would be like to return a punt for a touchdown against the Packers on Thanksgiving?
I actually thought about last week because I hadn't scored. I was like, I got to try to get in the end zone some way. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But I think scoring a punt return is probably one of the best feelings ever in terms of scoring a touchdown. Back in high school, I did returns. I scored a few in high school, and those were always, I feel like, the most fun is punt return touchdowns or even kick return, because there's so very few in this league, and to get one is special. And I've seen Khalif return a few, and the joy that he has is always amazing. So to return a punt would be definitely it'd be a big accomplishment in my career. But like I said, depending on the situation, everything, it just depends.
You've matched up against this defense now your whole career. Can you just put into words what Aaron Glenn has accomplished now? The defense hasn't given up a touchdown in 10 quarters. Now AG's getting popular on the memes and stuff like that. He's getting his respect. What's it been like now just seeing this defense really shine these last couple games?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think they're playing lights out. Last week, just to be able to sit back after we come off the field, whether it's a touchdown, whether they stop us, we get a field goal, whatever it is, and to know that our defense is going to go out there and either get a takeaway. I feel like there's a takeaway every game for us, interception, fumble, whatever it is, or stop them, a third down, and then if they do drive it down, our red zone defense I feel like has been some of the best that I've ever seen. When I get in the red zone, they're so tough to score on. So I'm just so glad to be on this team, to be playing with them on defense. Because it makes it easier for us. We don't have to score every drive, because when you have a defense like that, they're going to get stops, they're going to get you good field position and things like that. But seeing AG on the sideline doing that meme that popped up, I feel like he's been doing that for a while. I see him all the time on the sideline, just sitting on the bench. But I feel like the TV captured at the right time. But I feel like I always see him sitting down on the bench, with his legs crossed. So.
I know you said just feeling good, but as of now, would you say you plan to play on Thursday?
Yeah, I do. Yep.